What up, what up, what up? It's your girl, Lady Erica Land from Onside Kicking It. I am in Richmond, VA at Jefferson Park today. I am representing the Commanders. Here at Onside Kick It, we don't play it safe. We onside kick it. If you want realness, if you want sports talk from a female's perspective, now I mean, you're in the right place. Make sure that you hit that like button, kick that subscribe button, and kick yourself down in the comments. Let me feel the love from you. I appreciate all of you. But today we're going to be talking about three narratives about our Washington Commanders team. Y'all know one of them already, but let's talk about it. Let's go. Welcome back, you guys. It's your girl, Lady Erica Lynn from Onside Kicking It, bringing you the vibes, bringing you the energy to the fans of the Washington Commanders football team. We're going to go ahead and get this three narratives thing out the way. Y'all know the obvious one. Jaden Daniels is injury prone. Stop the cap, man. For real. Let's just stop it. 2025, he had some fluke injuries. Fluke. The elbow, the knee, it wasn't like major injuries like the ACL, Achilles, torn rotator cuff, stuff like that. You know what? Even if it was left up to Jaden, he would have played all season. Y'all know that. Y'all know my dude is a dog. Y'all know he's a competitor. He gonna continue to fight for this team. So we need to stop the cap. 2024, he got his found out later that his rib was broken. But let's stop the cap, yo. He is not injury prone. Let's not. One thing I do not like is how they compare him to RG3. First of all, from me, Lady Erica Lynn, right here on Onside Kicking It, he is not RG3. He's better. He's a better passer. He's a better runner. He's smarter. He knows what he's doing. He's a competitor. He's a dog all day, every day. So let's not do that. Let's not get RG3 vibes on him. We're not going to do that this year, okay? That's the number one narrative about our Washington Commander football team is that he is injury prone. Nope, not going to happen. One thing about Jaden Daniels that I like is that he keeping quiet. He working hard behind the scenes. Y'all don't see him in the videos in the Washington Commanders social media pages, do you? He's working hard behind the scenes and he's healthy this year. And he's going to be this is his revenge tour, to be honest. Because y'all remember when RG3 got hurt? He did all this stuff. I can't even remember the slogan that he had for coming back in that season. Jaden ain't doing that. He quiet. He gonna surprise some folks. So let's stop with this because there are other quarterbacks in the NFL. Joe Burrow, now that is an injury prone dude. Joe Burrow from the Cincinnati Bengals, he is injury prone. I don't think that they it's a lot of quarterbacks that are injured. Patrick Mahomes be injured on the field. Nobody completely is always healthy game time, 100% healthy. Everybody comes in with some kind of nicks, some kind of hurts. But if you got that dog in you, y'all hear the dog? I don't know if y'all can hear it because the mic, but out of all the quarterbacks, he's the one that get the most slack. Why? Because coming out of the college and going into the NFL, they had this narrative about him being slim, him being thin, he's not gonna last, this, that, and the other. Yo, I believe in speaking life to people. So stop putting that narrative that he's another RG3. I don't like it. I don't like it at all because what you're doing is you speaking life over that. I mean, speaking negative over his life, over his NFL career, over his success. I believe, honestly, they see Jaden Daniels as a threat. And the NFL obviously see him as the one. I believe he's going to end up being the face of the league one day. But let's stop the cap. That is another narrative that I don't like, that is put out by the media, put out by the fans, that he is injury prone. Stop it. That ain't going to happen. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next narrative. Terry McLaurin is not a number one receiver. Yo, I'm about to drop this mic for real. He's been in the league, what, 7 years? For 7 seasons. Out of 7 seasons, he's had 5 seasons over 1,000 yards. Last year, y'all know what happened. He got hurt. You see the effects of not having your number one receiver on the field. Y'all see it. We, as fans, some fans complained they didn't want to pay him as a top receiver. Some fans did because they knew the value that he bring. And then once he did get on the field, y'all saw what he do. Yeah, he had like 500 something yards last year because he was hurt. Our whole team was hurt, dog. For real. But let's stop the cap and stop saying that Terry is not a number one receiver. You put him on our team amongst those other wide receivers and he's not a number one. Come on, yo. Every team has to have a number one receiver. And Terry, scary Terry, is that dog. He is the man. So let's stop the cap with he is not a number one receiver. He's a top receiver in the league, period. Over 1,000 yards each season with different quarterbacks. Who does that? Who does that? And he's perfect with his hands, yo. Yo, he is good at tracking that ball down. Him and JD got that chemistry. Let's not get it twisted. When Terry is not on the field, we saw the depth that we had. Nobody else could get it done. Is that not a number one receiver to you? He's a number one receiver in my heart. So let's give it up for Scary Terry. Last but not least, the league is sleeping on the Washington Commanders. This is the third narrative of the day. The third narrative of the day is they don't think Washington Commanders who they say they are. They think 2024 season was just a fluke. We got lucky. We had an easy schedule, this, that, and the other. And then 2025 happened. We went in thinking that we the team. You know, I think a lot of us did. Yeah, we're going to just repeat what we did last year. And then all the injuries happened and we just failed. There was no depth on the team. Coaches failed, team failed, players failed. But one thing I do like is that Dan Quinn has built a culture of winners. And he will not go down without a fight. The players didn't give up on him. Just talking to other analysts from ESPN and listening to them talk and other players, they didn't lose the locker room. Even though they had a terrible season, they did not lose the locker room. The fans, all kinds of people are saying we're delusional, that we think that we're going to be good. They look at last season as not even, that they don't even talk about the injuries like that. You know what I mean? They just think that we're going to repeat what we used to repeat back in, I'm not going to even talk about the owner when we had what that we had and what we used to do all the time, every season, over and over. It's the same thing. This is not one of them organizations. Washington Commanders, anytime, anywhere, any place, y'all know how we do. This year we got a whole different team. We got a lot of different players. With that, we got faster, we got stronger, we got bigger, and we got some players that are going to come in and fight, I believe. And y'all know Dan Quinn preaches competition. So listening to the other social content creators, and we all been talking about, the wide receiver room, the running back room, the defense, the defensive schemes, and what we need on defense. We're not there yet completely. We're not. But I do believe we got enough on this team to make a run. The season begins, in September, October? And we got a gauntlet of a schedule in the beginning. But if you look at that last half of the season, I think we're going to make a run for it. It's going to be hard, But I think we're going to show and prove that we can get it done. We are that team. Those are the three narratives of the Washington Commanders that they think we delusional, y'all. They think we can't get it done. But here on Onside Kicking It, we believe, we fight, we are all that in a bag of chips. That's an old school saying. If you know, you know. Anyway, thank you for joining me today on Onside Kicking It, where we don't play it safe over here. We on Sidekick, and I'm out here in the streets. Y'all know how I do. I'm not just sitting behind the decks. I'm out here bringing you the energy, bringing you the vibes. Let's go. Washington Commander, left hand up. Y'all have it. Blessed Sunday. Be easy. Peace.